Acne. Oh my gosh, acne, puberty, teenagers, you guys totally understand what I'm talking about. Adult acne, body acne, all these things are so common in our society today. And I want to give you certainty today because I have been in that place where I battle acne, and sometimes I still do. Sometimes it's got to do with diet, sometimes it's got to do with my mind, sometimes it's got to do with my relationship with myself. So I'm going to give you clarity today, also a little bit of a personal testimony, but I want to give you certainty about how to deal with acne, because acne can be healed, okay? As much as it is found in genetics, that means it can be genetically inherited. What really is the problem is not the gene, it's what caused the gene to be mutated in the first place. Why would my friend who has maybe the same amount of siblings, the same number of parents, the same country of citizenship, why would my neighbor not have acne and I do? So one thing that research has found to be really powerful in describing acne, okay, notice that I use the word describing acne, is the excess sebum production, the uncontrolled sebum oil production in our sebaceous glands in our face, right? And the bacteria acne vulgaris, all these things are helpful in understanding what acne is, but it doesn't help you understand why acne first came about. Acne is a disease, okay, and I'm just going to list it here. Acne, okay, it's a disease where there is a deep relationship breakdown, especially the fear of man. Stop right there. If you're skeptical, if you're like, what's Dr. Ben talking about? The fear of man really is coming from a place of peer pressure. Caving into peer pressure, which predominantly is the fear of man and the fear of rejection. And I know some of you guys may think of fear of man and fear of rejection like you probably never heard of that before. And I'm going to break that down to you, okay? The fear of man, okay, fear of man, okay, and the fear of rejection, okay, man, rejection. These two have been labeled to be the number 1 and 2 drivers of peer pressure. That means when someone, as a kid, as a teenager, going through puberty, right, when they are a lot more active, in social interactions and stuff like that, when they are subject to the approval of others, that's where fear of man is. It's approved. It's invoked. Okay? When they don't get accepted, or when they do something, they perform in front of their friends in order to get recognition, to get approval, to get validation, that's where the fear of man comes in. And guess what? When they have been rejected before, or they have been disapproved, they have been unvalidated, or they've been betrayed, and they keep working so hard, they may be coming from a place of fear of rejection. And those two actually form peer pressure. Because today's day and age, a lot of people with acne actually have the peak of their acne development, if you will, in puberty stage. Why is that? Because that is the age where people like you and I get into social interaction more. We actually get exposed to school, we actually get exposed to maybe working part-time, these things. And people talk about adult acne. Why would that even happen? Because if puberty is where the secondary testosterone characteristics get developed, if it's too much, that causes excess sebum production, blah, 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 all the science about that. But why would someone as an adult have acne as well? Simply because that the fear of man and fear of rejection, which is what peer pressure is, okay, peer pressure, has not been dealt with. And that's where we actually help patients, as much as we are getting into the food as medicine and helping them to have better healthy inflammation by giving them a diet plan and stuff like that. We have to make them aware that the fear of man and fear of rejection causing peer pressure is the ultimate root cause of acne. And just to really go on this 3 pillars of health model that I always use, we can find acne at its root causes on this model. So bear with me for a second. When I have a broken relationship with self, that's the fear of, okay, that's the fear of man. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's the fear of rejection. Why? Because I'm actually afraid of how I look in front of others, right? Because I'm trying to look for the approval of others. And that also brings in fear of men, okay? In some cases, women have actually been set free of acne because they literally have a fear of men, like the sex man. They've been fearful of their counterparts, right? Or their partners, or their dads or uncles and stuff like that. So really, this is where we derive fear of rejection and fear of men. Okay, obviously this is not mutually exclusive. They often happen together. That's why people often have problems with peer pressure. Okay, but see, that is a broken relationship with themselves and with others. Therefore, driving that constant toxic mindset that they have to be validated by someone else. Okay, so I hope this gives you an overarching, probably a new, deep, insightful understanding of acne, because you may be spending thousands of dollars on supplements, on diet plans and stuff like that, and you're still not getting the results. Okay, if you do, congratulations. But if you're not aware of where you stand when you're put against this model of how you were designed, acne can come back. Okay, so I hope this message of faith, hope, and love gives you more clarity and more certainty. So share it around, because people around you have acne and they need to hear this message of faith, hope, and love, so that we can have a society where teenagers are secure in their identity, they're not living for the approval of others, and they are growing as secure and strong men and women of society. Okay, so God bless you, and I'll hope to see you on the next video.